when your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet. Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? 'Cause darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just a touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just want to tell you I am. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Hi guys, Andy here, and in this lesson we're checking out how to play Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. This is one of the biggest songs around at the moment, but it's quite simple to play, but there's simple components to it, simple chords to it, and simple picking, but it's the combination of it that some people might find quite tricky, and it's that I'm going to be helping with you guys most. Please subscribe to this lesson if you like what I do so that you'll get all my other uploads, and please check out andyguitar.co.uk for a free beginner's course. If there's anything in this lesson that you find tricky, there'll be plenty of help on the website. Okay, so we start off on our standard D major chord, and then after this first D chord, we have a D/F sharp. Now a slash chord means we're playing a D chord, but we're playing an F sharp in the bass. So an F sharp root note or bass note on top or below the D chord. So the first chord, normal D, /F sharp, second chord, then a G and an A chord. So D, D/F sharp, G, and then an A. Now I'm playing these chords a slightly more higher level way than I've shown before in my beginner's course. I'm playing the D chord without my middle finger, so kind of fingering a D sus2. I'm even playing it with my first two fingers like this. Reason being, we're only going to be playing the middle four strings. So why would I waste the energy of my middle finger being here when it doesn't have to be down? Slightly more higher level concepts, you know. If this becomes my D chord, because I'm only playing the middle four strings. I'll talk about the picking hand in a second. Let's just get the chords first of all. / the F sharp, and we've got this thumb over the top. That's the only thing I've added. So first chord, second chord, the G. Again, I'm not playing the thinnest E string, so why would I have my third or little finger down? I'm just going to have my first two down and then play the middle three strings and have my thumb on the bass again. And then I'm going to use this flat first finger or a one finger A chord. Now this is normally kind of a classic rock A chord, okay? That's kind of what this first finger A chord, which is barring string 4, 3 and 2, and then it can even try and let ring this thinnest E string. I'll do a video on this later today actually, so that'll be uploaded at the time of this video. But the reason we're doing this one finger A is so we can add a hammer on with your third or your little finger, at 4th fret of the 3rd string. So after the A chord, there is a little hammer on, and we just pick that one string, so we kind of pluck for the chord, and then pick the 3rd string with your 1st finger still in place, and then hammer on the 3rd finger. Now it's not called a hammer on it's called a hammer on for a reason, basically. So we pick this string, and then you really have to slam down that 3rd or little finger to get a note ringing out. You know, there's a real tap has to happen, and that's going to be very new and uncomfortable for some of you to start off with. So you maybe just want to exercise this a little bit on its own, pick that string. But this is how we can play a lot of notes much kind of quicker and swifter and smoother than you can otherwise, kind of hammer on flick off combos like this. So just to recap, we have our D chord where we're playing the middle 4 strings. So I've got my thumb on string 5, and then you can just strum this normally if you want to get kind of the gist of it. But it sounds much swifter if you basically keep your thumb over string 5 and fingers underneath 4, 3 and 2. So your first 3 fingers and your thumb are on the middle 4 strings. And the only time they move from there, they'll be in the middle 4 strings for the D and on the A, so the first and last chord out of the sequence. But when the bass note goes to string 6, your thumb moves to string 6 as well. So it goes to string 6 on the D/F sharp, and then on the G chord as well. First 3 fingers, importantly, stay exactly where they are. So I'll have a close-up on this picking hand in a second. And they're almost every 2 beats, but the strum for every other chord, so the 2nd and 4th chord, 1, 2, and. It's on the and of the 2. It's a little bit early. It's kind of snatching the beat. So to a slow count, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 1, 2, and 3. Slightly earlier than the beat on the F sharp and the A. They're slightly earlier. It's quite clear in the song and quite clear in the demo, so if you're struggling, just copy what you're hearing in the original song, and that will do it. To talk you through the chords for the rest of the song, first of all, the chord sheet is on my website if you want to check that out, but just to talk you through it first of all, show you through how we're going to be playing it. We have your E minor chord for the people fall in love in mysterious ways, and it's A to a D, again to that same rhythm. People fall in love in mysterious ways. Again, I'm not playing the thinnest E string to get the sound of the record, so why would I have a finger on it? I'm not going to. I'm playing my D with first 2 fingers like this. And there's 4 lines to this verse. They're all very similar. They all start off E minor to A, and the first one goes to the D. The second line, maybe just a touch of a hand, just stays on the A. Third line goes to a B minor, which we're going to play like this with your first 2 fingers like this. Now technically a B minor 7 would be kind of like your 3-fingered A chord, but move your first finger up a string and third finger down a string. So first finger's on string 5, middle finger's on string 3, and my third finger is on string 1. But I'm not playing this one, so why would I have it down? Again, I'm just going to play these 2, so it becomes quite easy. Kind of similar to the E minor chord, but our B minor's just these 2 fingers down, if you're just playing the middle 4 strings. So E minor, flat first finger for the A chord, B minor, first 2 fingers down like this. And then the 4th line is just back to E minor to A again, with a bit of a strum on. So just to recap over that, Again, these are written on the website. E minor, A to D, E minor to A, a bar of each. E minor, A to B minor, E minor, A with a build-up. Again, quite simple chords, but you'll notice what I'm doing is this kind of little tap, and that's happening on beats 2 and 4. So I'm going to zoom out now and give you a bit of a feel of what's going on with both hands. Chords should be quite simple, but it's the feel of it and getting the two hands in sync together that we're going to try and get. So picking hand focus, I've got my hand resting on the middle 4 strings. My thumb is starting above string 5, so coming on from above, it's going to pluck like this. First finger underneath string 4, second finger underneath string 3, third finger underneath string 2, and you want to get very used to plucking those all nice and even. And if you want to just stay on the D chord, I'll try and get that without the glare of my lights on it. There we go. And then we have a rhythm of 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now what I'm doing here is tapping with my nails and kind of hitting my strings. If we're on an acoustic guitar, you want to be hitting the strings against the frets here. But the sound is more kind of the pickup picking up the strings hitting the fretboard, and you'd almost get a bit of a pickup hit as well. If we just stay on the D chord and try and get the rhythm, it's probably best. So pluck, tap, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice 3's early. It's really on the offbeat of 2. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And I'm just staying on the D chord and staying on those middle 4 strings. And I'm moving my hand slightly out, and my fingers come into the hand. I see a lot of people kind of gripping like this, thinking they're going to kind of grab the strings and drag them out. It's a very small and fluid motion that we're going for. Just listen to how kind of gentle I'm being. There's certainly no, if you're getting this sort of sound, you know, be far more gentle than that. And don't be afraid to really kind of hit the pickups. I don't think you're going to do them any damage at all. Now we want to hit these middle, if you're really new at this, you can just hit those middle 4 strings all together for every chord that we're doing here. But what you want to do is just hit those middle 4 really for the D and the A chord. And whenever that bass note goes to string 6, it's just the thumb that changes strings. So first chord, second chord, we change string, stay on the string 6 for the G chord, because that's where our root note is, and then to the A, back to string 5. And that's how we get that sound of the record. And you want to get a full mute after that. There was a couple of times there I played it actually where everything was still kind of ringing out. You want to total silence. So this is just me cycling the chords from the verse. D, D/F sharp, G, and A. You definitely want to give this a little bit. It's when we start moving the finger style with the open chords that are fairly straightforward, but certainly with this tap as well. That's like 3 things, and you need to get each of them solid. And if the strumming hand, picking hand techniques are putting off your chords, the first thing that we want, just go back to getting those chords all right. Just do it with a normal strum, maybe with a pick or with the outside of your hands to get the feel. That wants to be really kind of effortless before you start to get the plucking in. Going back to the hammer on, it's on the 3rd string, so you probably want to just do it with it'll be our middle finger that will be there already, but it doesn't really matter. We'll go with our middle finger, pick the third string with your first finger already on it on the open A chord, basically, the one finger A chord. Pick, hammer on with your little finger. That kind of gets the feel of the record. For the verse, and this is also the chorus as well. Place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud. Same for the verse as well. When your legs don't work like they used to before. So that's all those sections. And it's only the people fall in love in mysterious ways where we do the chords from the verse. Remember, if you root notes on string 6, you want to do in the thumb side. If you root notes on the A or below, we're just sticking to the middle 4 strings. Okay, so there's just one more section to cover, which is right at the end of the chorus. We found love right where we are. Basically going through every chord that we've done in the song, kind of on every beat as we click through. So we start off on our B minor chord, just 2 fingers, like an E minor, but move your middle finger down 1. There are other ways to play a B minor. You could do a B minor, bar chord, A minor shape, but there really is very little point. It's not going to sound any different, and we want to kind of flick through these chords quite quickly. So B minor, 1 finger A, G chord, just first 2 fingers, because they're the only strings we're playing. Just first finger here for this particular chord, G/F sharp, again, because they're the strings that we're playing. We're not playing this string, so I have a finger on it. Thumb on the root, and then first 3 fingers again, 2, 3, and 4. So those chords again. B minor, 1 finger A, G, first finger, E minor, 1 finger A, D. We found love right where we are. And that's easily by far and away the trickiest part of the song, but go through each of the chords in that order. They're written down on the website, andyguitar.co.uk, and you should be able to do it. At this part of the song, it's the only time where we don't have a tap. It just clicks through each one at a time, and the main focus of this song is really just getting that starting riff with that kind of groove, with the feel of the tap and the plucking and those basic open chords on the right strings. So that's the end of this lesson, but I'm just going to jam that riff for 30 seconds to a minute to allow you guys to have a few attempts to kind of play along, and after that, that'll be the end of the video, so we'll see you next time, really. Jam along with me from now. That hammer on is a little added extra. Gentle as you can with the plucks, fairly aggressive with the tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're struggling, just strum it, but you can hear how aggressive it does sound with that strum. You could maybe strum in the chorus. Bit of a lift, make it a bit louder. Beautiful one to try and play and sing at the same time, but my word, the singing is so high. You'll be able to tell from the start of the video I really struggled to get anywhere near it. But a really good tune.